Welcome to Wrapping Things Up, the podcast where we tie up the loose ends on all things packaging so you walk away with solutions. Coming up on today's episode. Hey guys, welcome back to the Wrapping Things Up podcast. My name is Meredith Denning, and today we are here with Robert Bur. Robert, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you, Meredith.
Of course. Would you mind introducing yourself a little bit? Tell us about your job title, what you do working at Viking Masek. Give us a little intro to yourself if you could.
Oh, absolutely. My name is Robert Bur. I'm the electrical engineering manager here at Viking Masek. I've been at Viking Masek for approximately 3 years. And as the electrical engineering manager, I oversee the electrical engineering department here at Viking. In addition to that, or what my team does, is we design the electrical packages for our equipment. We handle everything from the panel design, sensor selection, motor sizing, to the actual programming of the PLCs, the servo drives, cameras, HMIs, and things like that. We're kind of like jacks of all trades. We see the projects from more or less from cradle, from initial kickoff, or even on the pre-sale side to after-sales support and field service as well.
Yeah. And you said that you've been at Viking for 3 years or within that role for 3 years?
I've been at Viking for 3 years.
Oh, that's amazing. What did you do before that?
Before that, I worked in the machine tool industry. I programmed and designed CNC machines for cutting of steel for shipbuilding, things like that. And before that, I worked in the hygiene industry, working on diaper machines.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been in the engineering world, so to speak, for how many years would you say?
12 years now.
12 years.
Yep.
Wow. Would you say that you're an expert within your field?
I always like to think I'm expert-ish. I'd like to think that I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just part of the fun of being an engineer. There's always more to be an expert on. There's a lot to cover in electrical engineering.
Would you say that that's the best part of your job in the sense that every single day is something new or you're learning something new every day?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't, when it comes to electrical engineering versus some of the other engineering disciplines, is that technology is constantly moving forward.
Yeah.
What was available in the electrical engineering field 20 years ago it was more limited back then. And then over the years, things get added on. Now we got more and more vision systems. You get AI tying into machines and their processes now. And it's a lot more data collection, things like that. The amount of technology in the field or that's available to the field is expanding exponentially.
Well, that's awesome. That ties in perfectly with the topic of our episode today. Today, we're going to be talking about how automation helps organizations solve today's labor shortages. So we'll be discussing the spectrum of automation, the ways both small and large companies can integrate into their operations, all sorts of topics like that. So I'd like to start off diving straight into it and talking about the state of labor today. I've got a couple of quotes here. Business Insider says that U.S. manufacturers are dealing with approximately 500,000 unfilled positions each month. Manufacturing Dive says by 2033, the manufacturing sector will require 3.8 million new workers, with 1.9 million positions potentially remaining unfilled if current labor gaps persist. I think with that being said, there are a number of factors contributing, of course, to these facts, the biggest of which is an aging workforce. We can see that the future of manufacturing is clearly at risk based off of these numbers. Can you talk about automation as a solution to the labor shortage?
Automation is I'd call it like a force multiplier. You can do effectively more with less human input into a process to get more on the result side. So automation is a good way to kind of supplement your existing workforce so you can actually scale up your production without having to scale up your human capital. Automation could be as simple as doing like an automated warehouse so that your forklift drivers can be retooled to do other production activities. Automation can be as simple as just conveyance, moving product from one side of your warehouse to another side of your warehouse.
Okay.
Or it can go as far as, which is kind of like the end goal for most manufacturers, would be a completely lights out operation where your human operators are doing the inputs and the outputs of the process, and everything from input to output is auto-magically taken care of by your automated processes.
Yeah. What would you say are some other benefits that automation offers specifically within those small companies to large companies?
When it comes to automation, some of like the knock-on effects is consistency. Automated processes are very good at doing the same thing over and over and over again in a repeatable manner. So when it comes to consistency, not only is your product output more consistent, but when it comes to like a planning on the planning side of things, you can expect the same thing over and over again. And in addition to that, automation also is a great way to reduce repetitive activities for the workforce. So activities that may cause like strain or, the activities that are kind of harder to hire for, the roles that traditionally have like a higher turnover, if you automate some of those processes, you don't have to worry about that. And additionally, when it comes to kind of consistency, there is a quality improvement as well. There's quality controls processes that you can automate. One of the things that we do at Viking is that we use vision systems to visually inspect some of the packages that we produce. We do things as simple as determining the height of the seal on the package to ensure that it's consistent. We do things like inspecting to verify that with a vision system to ensure that the product is in the pouch. Or we do product inspection where we can verify that the print on the bag matches what it should be and that it's legible and grading for print quality so that packages that are smeared can get rejected.
That's great. Do we offer additional customization for customers who are very particular about it or really care about that?
Yes, we do have a couple of vision systems that we kind of offer, whether it's like the bag height inspection, like OCR for print quality, or inspections to verify the barcode on the pouch matches what's supposed to be in their production run. In addition to that, we also offer additional quality checks, like checkwares downstream of our process to weigh the pouch after it's exited our machine to ensure the weight is within spec. And then when it comes to other quality checks, we've gotten creative with some customers. For example, for seal quality testing, we've kind of monitored the three forces of a good seal. The sealing process is defined by time, temperature, and pressure. And we're able to monitor that to verify that the pouch that's presented has the best chance possible of having a quality seal.
That's awesome. You kind of touched on this earlier, but I would love to dive a bit deeper into it. Where is packaging automation being leveraged in today's manufacturing facilities?
Throughout the entire process, through the production of the material to be packaged, through the transport of that material to the packaging equipment, from the packaging equipment through the warehousing. Some of our customers have pretty advanced systems downstream of our equipment that, like, once the case or carton leaves our machine or the pallet leaves one of our palletizers, they might have AGVs, automatic guided vehicles, taking those pallets and moving them to an automated warehousing solution, which then will automatically pick up those boxes or those pallets and then shelve them in a warehouse and then retrieve them for later use. Here at Viking Masek, when it comes to that packaging line automation, what we offer is generally from the in-feed or the inputs of the process, whether it's coming from the customer's manufacturing equipment of the food product or the manufactured product that they're generating, or metering and dosing to the actual packaging equipment itself. And then from that, we also offer like the secondary side of things as well, where it comes to case packing, cartoning, and palletizing as well.
What industries are best positioned to benefit from smart automation right now, and which ones, in your opinion, are lagging?
A lot of the industries that require a lot of like hands-on processing of product and goods would seek the most benefit of automation.
What would you tell those small companies who have a lot of people involved within maybe like hand packaging? What advice would you give them to get there?
Automation is a sliding scale. I mean, there's the very entry-level part of things where you're just kind of automating some of the simpler processes to like the full-on lights-out manufacturing. So I guess when it comes to someone kind of starting out, I would just think about scalability. If you have a process where you're packaging a lot of things by hand, let's say you want to double your production, you can't just double your employee count. That doesn't scale very well because now you got more HR resources, you got more managers, you got more of everything else. It doesn't really scale efficiently. So when it comes to automation, think of it as hey, we got a product, we're making a product. How do we make a lot more of it? And that's when kind of automation would enter the picture. That reminds me of one of our customers, Mayo Coffee. With the introduction of automation, they were able to retool their workforce who was previously hand packing to running our equipment.
We actually have a video of that. Let's check it out.
America is a Latin American family-owned coffee company based in the DC area in Maryland. We offer specialty coffee beans for anyone in the U.S. Our founder, Martin, grew up in Central and South America, and when his family decided to move to the U.S., he decided to build a company that would disrupt the socioeconomic disparity in the coffee industry. So we focus on building strong relationships with our family-owned organic coffee farms in Latin America. We pack all our products on these automated packaging systems now instead of hand-filling certain products. This allows us to redeploy resources to other steps of the process, which helps improve efficiency and allows us to run multiple lines at the same time. After installing and commissioning these Viking packaging machines, our efficiency and productivity has doubled or tripled for certain product lines. We experience far less downtime and can certainly feel a difference in product and service support.
We know that automation can improve operations in a number of ways. We've already kind of talked about that a little bit. And we talked about the hesitancy that some manufacturers have in integrating smart automation within their operations. What are some of those reasons, if you could talk about a few?
There's an initial capital investment. In addition to that, besides purchasing the equipment, is having a workforce that can run and maintain the equipment. If you're going from an operation that was previously hand packing, you may not have needed mechanics to maintain or to fix the equipment. And you may not have needed controls engineers to customize or to kind of expand the equipment as well. Some of our customers use local system integrators to kind of fill in those roles instead of hiring directly. But with a lot of our larger customers who take a lot more of a proactive stance or more active stance in the design of the equipment or the design of their facilities, we'll have those type of individuals on staff. To expand on that, having those individuals on staff allows those organizations to become more flexible and more quick reacting to changes in the market. For example, if they're running product X and they want to retool their existing product lines to run product Y, having those people on staff allows them to quickly retool to get up to production quicker.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest misconception that organizations have about automation?
That automation will replace people. I see automation as a way to kind of supplement your existing workforce. It allows you to do more, I guess, with less. But if you have an existing workforce, you can kind of multiply their output significantly.
Sure.
In addition to that, automation is kind of seen as something that's only for like the big companies. It's like when you think in your head of companies like Ford, where they got these massive production facilities, smaller organizations can have a similar process as well. Automation scales very well from a very simple process to a very complicated process.
You kind of touched before how the idea that automation can take jobs away from people instead of providing more opportunities. Have you seen any examples where automation has created jobs rather than displaced them?
When it comes to automation, your production will increase. Mm-hmm. So that may, instead of having a larger production staff, you may need now a larger warehousing staff or a larger sales staff or distribution staff. Or you might have to also kind of maybe hire for more of those like maintenance type roles or those on-staff electricians and technicians. With that, a lot of customers will kind of retool their existing workforce, kind of upskill them when it comes to training. There's a lot of organizations out there that provide training for automation, whether it's the OEM of the packaging equipment or it's local vendors or distributors of automation components, or as simple as some courses on Udemy or Coursera.
What advice would you give to a company or an organization who is on the fence about integrating automation due to one of the misconceptions that you just talked about?
I guess every challenge is solvable. I'm just like an high level response to that. But I guess one of the cool things with automation is you don't have to implement it all at once. You can automate certain processes, a single chunk of it, automate that, and then just kind of grow it from there. You can grow it on the upstream side of it, the downstream side of it, whatever makes sense for your organization.
Off of what you just said, it's difficult to hire right now. If I'm a company that needs automation, what's the simplest lever I can pull?
The first thing would be implementing an automated packaging machine, kind of on the primary side of things. And then from there, you can grow. You can grow either on your upstream side or on your downstream side.
To wrap things up nicely, the workforce issue isn't going anywhere, right? How does Viking Masek simplify the adoption of automation?
We have a very good team of experts here that can help our customers in various stages of the project. When it comes to the pre-sale, we do have a very good applications engineering team here that will work directly with the customer to identify what their production needs are and kind of what their future expansion goals are as well. And then when it comes to the actual post-sale, the initiation of the machine, the build process, we do have another great team of experts here when it comes to our engineering staff, electrical, mechanical, and also when it comes to our process technicians, is that we've seen a wide variety of different products and customer sizes as well.
Yeah.
So we've kind of seen it all when it comes to packaging. And then when it comes to the actual implementation, the machine is now in your facility. We do have a dedicated field service team. Besides being able to set up the equipment, they will train your operators to bring your operators who may previously have been just familiar with hand packing a pouch to now being able to run the new equipment that they have. And our field service team will then, in addition, does do supplementary training as well, where they might come back to your facility at a cadence that the customer may want to kind of just, give some freshen up training and things like that.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Robert. I appreciate all of your insights, and it was great to have you on the pod.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Wrapping Things Up. Make sure you follow and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Stay up to date by checking out Viking Masek on social media. Thanks for watching.